Pivot Year, A Guide to Reinventing Your Career and Life by Jenny Blake is a thought-provoking and comprehensive roadmap for those who feel stuck in their careers or personal lives and are looking to make meaningful changes. Blake, a career and business strategist, presents the concept of the pivot year, a time of transformation where individuals assess their current situation, reevaluate their goals, and take actionable steps toward a future that is more aligned with their values and aspirations. This book is both practical and inspirational, offering readers the tools, strategies, and mindset shifts necessary to make life-changing pivots, whether in their careers, relationships, or other areas of life. The book opens by addressing the feeling of being stuck, a state many people find themselves in at various points in their lives. Blake acknowledges that this feeling is common, whether it's due to burnout, dissatisfaction with one's career, or a general sense of uncertainty about the future. She highlights that these feelings are signals, not to be ignored, but rather embraced as opportunities for growth and transformation. The idea of a pivot year is introduced as a period when individuals can make intentional changes that will lead them toward a life that feels more aligned with their passions, purpose, and potential. The first major section of the book is focused on the preparation needed for a pivot. Blake emphasizes the importance of clarity, of knowing where you are, where you want to go, and what might be standing in your way. She encourages readers to take an honest inventory of their lives, reflecting on both their current satisfaction and dissatisfaction. This introspective process is not about making immediate decisions, but rather about creating a clear picture of one's strengths, weaknesses, interests, and values. This step is crucial because it sets the foundation for the change that will come later. Blake also emphasizes the importance of cultivating a growth mindset during this phase, which helps individuals approach the pivot process with openness, flexibility, and resilience. Blake then moves into the process of identifying potential pivots. She explains that there are different types of pivots one can make, whether it's a small adjustment in one's current role, a complete career change, or a more personal transformation. The book discusses the power of experimentation during this phase, where people are encouraged to test new ideas, try new things, and gather feedback from the real world. Blake advocates for adopting a build and test mentality, where individuals create small experiments or prototypes of their potential pivots to learn from the results. This approach minimizes risk and allows people to gain clarity through action, rather than overthinking or staying paralyzed in analysis. A significant part of Blake's framework revolves around the concept of diversification, which she presents as a key to thriving during a pivot. She encourages readers to move away from the traditional idea of a linear career path and embrace multiple streams of interest, income, and learning. Diversification can take many forms: gaining new skills, exploring new industries, or developing side projects that expand one's skill set and network. Blake argues that diversification allows individuals to build a more resilient and adaptable career or life, helping them remain agile in the face of uncertainty or change. The next section of the book is dedicated to creating and executing a plan for the pivot. Blake stresses the importance of setting clear, achievable goals that are in line with the new direction one wants to take. She outlines a strategic framework for creating these goals and developing a plan to execute them, breaking them down into manageable steps. The book encourages readers to be specific about the actions they need to take, from expanding their network to acquiring new skills to exploring new job markets. She also introduces the concept of stretch goals, which are goals that push individuals to grow but remain attainable with effort and determination. The key here is not to jump into a pivot without clear intentions but to be deliberate and thoughtful about the changes you want to make. As Blake continues to guide readers through the pivot process, she underscores the importance of resilience. Transitioning from one phase of life to another is never easy, and setbacks, disappointments, and challenges are inevitable. Blake advises readers to develop a toolkit for managing failure, including learning how to bounce back from mistakes, reframe negative experiences, and stay motivated despite obstacles. She talks about the mental and emotional aspects of pivoting, how to manage fear and uncertainty, how to build confidence, and how to maintain momentum during tough times. The pivot process requires emotional agility, and Blake offers a variety of strategies to help individuals cultivate it. The concept of self-awareness is another key theme in Pivot Year. Blake teaches readers to tune into their intuition and recognize when something feels right or wrong in the pivoting process. She highlights the importance of trusting one's gut instincts while also taking a strategic, rational approach to decision-making. Self-awareness, Blake argues, is critical for finding the right path forward, as it helps individuals make decisions that are in line with their core values and long-term vision. She emphasizes the need for introspection throughout the pivot process, advising readers to regularly check in with themselves to ensure they are on the right track and that their choices are aligned with what truly matters to them. Networking and relationship building are also essential components of making a successful pivot. Blake discusses how to use your existing network to find new opportunities, how to connect with mentors, and how to surround yourself with people who support your goals and aspirations. She teaches readers to reach out to others, ask for help, and build relationships with people who can offer guidance, advice, and new opportunities. The power of social connections is a central theme in the book, as Blake explains how leveraging relationships can open doors, create opportunities, and provide invaluable feedback during the pivoting process. The book also explores the role of financial planning in making a successful pivot. Blake understands that many people may feel financially constrained when considering a career or life change, so she provides practical tips on how to manage finances during a transition. She discusses budgeting, saving, and planning for periods of financial uncertainty, helping readers understand how to cushion themselves during the pivot process and how to make smart financial decisions that allow for flexibility and growth. Blake encourages readers to think of their finances as an enabler for the changes they want to make, rather than a barrier. As the book nears its conclusion, Blake reflects on the long-term perspective necessary for making a successful pivot. She emphasizes that pivoting is not about a single, dramatic shift but about creating a lifestyle of continuous growth, learning, and reinvention. The pivot year is a launching pad for ongoing change, a commitment to personal and professional development that extends far beyond the initial transition. Blake advocates for seeing the pivot process as a series of steps that build on one another, allowing individuals to refine their goals, expand their horizons, and evolve over time. In the final chapters, Blake offers a message of empowerment. She stresses that everyone has the potential to reinvent themselves and build a life that is more fulfilling and aligned with their deepest desires. The key is to take ownership of the process, approach it with curiosity and resilience, and stay open to opportunities as they arise. The book concludes with a call to action, to take the first step, no matter how small, toward creating the life and career you truly want. Throughout Pivot Year, Jenny Blake's voice is empowering, motivating, and compassionate. She doesn't sugarcoat the challenges of pivoting but instead offers a realistic, actionable approach that recognizes the emotional and practical aspects of such a transformation. The book serves as both a guide and a source of inspiration for anyone who is ready to embrace change, take control of their future, and reinvent their life on their own terms.